My eyes are...
It's on you.
All right. Hey, welcome to the Plank Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Wayne Stallenfacher. We got Spicy Gavin right over here. And today in studio, for the second time, I think, on this pod, is Clyde Schuman. But we got him by himself. Oh, Clyde.
Yeah.
You are in trouble now. You are on the couch.
Yeah.
Not the casting couch, mind you.
It's a beautiful couch.
But, you know, we do have an open mind around here. So... how's it been going? It's been a few months since we talked and all that.
Yeah, it's been good, been great. I think, I suppose this would be the second time I've been on this in a solo capacity. I think I've been here with the Bees.
Yeah, you were with the Bees on this pod.
And then once a very long time ago with Low Speed Chase.
Yeah,
I think it was Sammy, myself, and Bobby maybe.
Low Speed Chase.
Yeah.
You had to say that. I don't know.
That's cool.
Yeah, Low Speed Chase. Shout out Jesse Tinker. That one's for you. Very cool.
Is that a little thing after O.J. Simpson, or is that just something?
No, I can't remember. I think it was
watching that live.
I think so. The original drummer for Low Speed Chase, Jesse Tinker, he, if I recall it, he was watching the news and he saw on there cops in hot pursuit of like a low speed chase or something, and he's like, man, that'd be a really good band name. And there's this other group out there called low speed bus chase, but
not like Speed.
That doesn't
no Sandra Bullock in this one.
They're just like, they're kind of like a cover band in their area or something like that. So we're like, and I think there might be even one more Low Speed Chase that popped up, but they're also maybe another cover band. So
isn't it amazing? You think you come up with a unique name, and then you go on the interwebs, and all of a sudden all your thoughts and dreams just vanish. You're just like, oh, I'm not as unique as I think I am.
Well, we did it first, and we currently have the social platforming. So yeah, right, yeah. So we did, and I, from what I understand, a lot of like, you know, music copyright law or like intellectual property is if you have a proof of concept, or like you're the first one that has it on paper or recorded. So like, that's why it's important to get demos out, even if it doesn't go anywhere. You got a timestamp of all your stuff. So Low Speed Chase, we were the first ones to get on like Facebook with it, and then Twitter and all that stuff, and then Twitch, and I still maintain like all of the stuff on all of the socials and online presence. I'm not giving it up, because someday it's gonna work out for something. Someone's gonna pay me money.
That's the idea.
You're like, all right, Apple, that's a cool app you got. Let me have that.
It's like come from the idea of everyone getting all the cool domain names first, so then they have to pie them off you and all that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. We used to have GoDaddy represent us on domain names and stuff, but nowadays
is GoDaddy still a thing?
I don't know. I honestly don't. I can't imagine that it's an act. Even if it is a thing, I bet that it's like what 20%, if that, of what their 2012 user base would have been. I don't know.
True.
20's pretty gratuitous too.
You know, people still need websites, but they're not as detrimental as they used to be, thanks to the old social medias out there.
Well, and everybody can make their own websites for like really, really cheap now, almost nothing. You know, freebuildit.com or whatever. So
this old man can figure it out. I know Spicy Gavin can figure it out.
Yeah,
good try at least.
Yeah.
Right.
I like that.
And you're just good at this stuff, so we're not even gonna put you in there. So what have you been up to lately, besides, you know, low speed chasing?
Well, let's see. The Wicked Bees been keeping me busy. Shout out Wicked Bees.
Yeah.
We stay busy throughout the summer months, because not only is that, you know, the summertime and the reggae island vibes and all of the ska and everything kind of going around, but also multiple of our members are teachers. So during the summer months, that's their tour time, or the time that they have off and available. So we hit a lot of areas in the region and the state. We went to Minot at Atypical Brewing, fantastic place. And there's always this food truck that goes outside, and God, they do burgers of all sorts of style. I want to say I got like a Hawaiian type burger, and they put like the biggest, thickest just slices of pineapple on them. So it's not just like little bits of pineapple, it's just a whole ring.
Non-corporate, the good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that was a good show. I think that was a whole weekend maybe. I think we did, maybe it was Bismarck the first night. We did at Laughing Sun, and then we did Atypical the night after in Minot. And then when we came back, I think we did Ohata in Grand Forks.
There you go.
Ohata Records.
Talking about them last night. Yep.
Dog Maha. Yeah.
Get your hot dogs.
Yeah. God, they have such great, fantastic options there. And it's always a blast seeing Jeremy and seeing what they've been up to and how they're doing. And usually with those, it's kind of like all ages gigs too. So if I recall, the first band that played, they were like, "Oh, we're sad. This is going to be our last show. Our bassist is going to college in a few weeks or something else." And I was like, "Wow, this is a very, this is a younger crowd." I can't even remember when I had to tell people I was going off to college, And so, yeah, no. And so the Bees have been keeping busy.
How's the album doing?
The album, well, so we came out with,
I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was really good.
Knees.
Yeah, Bees Knees. That's right.
Like
that's what it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Wicked Bees album Knees. Yep. The Wicked Bees Knees. It's a 5-song EP that got added to our repertoire. So at this point, we have like a solid 3 5-song EPs that are released as our band, along with a few that haven't been necessarily recorded or defined or anything. And so that puts us at a solid like 16 songs plus the ones that aren't recorded.
And to let people know, it is a horn ska band.
Yeah.
So high energy ska with the actual horns.
Indie ska reggae
killer
rock.
Experience to just to witness. Yeah.
Shredding it, both on the shred stick. Dan Christensen, he's doing it. Yeah, shredding on the shred stick. Dan Christensen. We got the Grand Wazoo corn dog on trombone, always throwing mustard down on that. We got Andrew Danielson on saxophone and iwi, which is electronic wind instrument. So it's just like it's a synth sax.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
It looks just like a flute that you play directly downward instead of sideways, and it's all of the keys are responsive to some type of patch you have built in, so you can so you can get the whole like corny like the scat voices on it, and then you get like a shimmering xylophone as the next patch, or oohs and ahs. And we have one on off of the Knees EP, we have a song called Mars. And our trumpet player, Isaac Hamath, he takes his microphone and plugs it into a pedal board system. And the pedal board has all sorts of wacky stuff. He has like a synth box and a like an envelope filter and a phaser and stuff. So he'll go from just having like to just like he has one button that's just like these just like these like shooting laser beam sound effects. So
Marshmallow lasers.
Yeah.
Well, as you get that reference, write it down below.
Make sure you comment why and where and how. And so, it's been spending a lot of summer kind of like developing these new sounds to mess around with and add into this type of horn section band that we're doing. So the new album's been doing pretty good. I think that came out, April, May?
Yeah,
May sounds correct.
Spring, yep.
And that's available on all platforms for listening to and available for purchasing off of the Onesie Wood. I don't even know if we have a Bandcamp proper. We have a Ska Skank Redemption one from our first name.
Yep.
It's, same band, just former name. And I don't know if we've updated that, but we do have the wickedbees.com, as well as on our Facebook and Twitter. You can always kind of find where to get to our merch store, but we have CDs, t-shirts. We're doing wacky stuff now. We recently got a Cricut printer, which
Cry-cut crickets, yes.
Yeah. And so we've been printing our own t-shirts, which has been pretty fun. But more importantly, we made like fanny packs. And
Fanny packs still making a comeback.
Cool. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, like leather pouches, like front, or I should also say like over the body pouches or whatever. We have those.
The crossbody bags.
Yeah,
Yes.
the male good. European handbag, if you will. And
I got my merce out in the car. Yep.
And we've done like bucket hats. We have trading cards available.
Trading cards.
Yeah. I'll pull up a few pictures in a little bit, but it's of each player, each member of the band, both past and present. So like all 11 players have their own. It says it's a picture of them, and then it's got their name, and then a nickname or associated, and then it's got like a special move.
This is all I was waiting for. It's like the stats on these things.
Yeah, right. And it's got like one of them, Isaac's is special move, high C sharp major, and the move description is something like is inspired by the spirit of Maynard Ferguson to play extremely high notes. And
Maynard coming back.
Yeah, making a dismount, and then at the very bottom right or something, it has like these individual numbers, right? Or like the associated card print. And so like mine is, being a bass player, mine is 808. As the bottom number. I think
you gotta be a nerd out there to know what this reference
and then,
is to. Exactly.
And then I think
Roland 808.
I think Isaac's for trumpet, his number is like, it's hashtag like it's A4200 or something. So it's like it's like the high A. Yep. Metering of 440 or something, or that's what it is. It's A440. Yeah. So each of us have that
frequency of A. Yep.
And we
not to pun it together, but yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
On a piano.
Yeah. And so like each member kind of has those numbers, and I'm still trying to find a way to incorporate some type of battle stat. Whether that's like
say batting stats
too. Yeah, maybe you flip it over and it says like how many times Clyde, how many notes flubbed.
Yep.
It says
out of
like
per
over
1,000,
over 9,000.
Bonus.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, so we got like trading cards. And we're just on the first iteration of them. So if anybody has ideas on how to make battle stats, I'm thinking something similar to Magic, where it would be just like an attack/defense could be easy. Whereas so like Clyde he's got weak attack, all right, and it's
so
we'll
you
put him
play
with
Clyde versus Dan.
Yeah, it's like Dan's tall and he's got a lot of presence, so his attack is gonna be like 4. But his pedal board gets in the way, and I don't know. You dump some beer on that, and his defense could be 2. Whereas like if you get our sax player Andrew Danielson, I don't know. He has some weapons he can hit you with. The Iwi and his saxophone. And he also has like a DI box, so he could like really brick someone with. So like maybe his attack would be high, and his defense could be high. And then you got to do like a face off, and I don't know. There's something to that. We'll figure it out.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So not only could
marketing
you
can go anywhere, guys. Beautiful,
right? And I started. A friend of mine, DJ Chalupa, in the area, he had a set last night at Proof, distillery that was awesome. New material. Shout out Keenan. He's got me. He started like getting into trading cards on this like more TikTok-ish hyper level where
everyone's screaming how they're opening up one of a kinds
yes.
and all that.
Yeah, they're opening packs and like he'll donate $5 and they'll be like, all right, I got a pack opening up for my man here, and then he'll open it up. They'll do the like whole setup or like the preamble of like, ooh, you know, move this. And then they'll go through the cards. They'll be like, you got this. But there's so many different cards now being made, like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon. Those are kind of the traditionals. Magic.
Get out of the Gen X stuff, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
It's been done.
But I guess like now, I'm sure there always have kind of been these ones, but I'm seeing like an uptick of like Playboy traditional cards.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like Hollow Hue, you know?
Gavin, your generation needs to come up with something new.
I guess, right?
He's been giving me cool ones like Pixar. I got some Wall-E ones that are cool. Up
Pixar.
DreamWorks. There's a few different
Wall-E
ones.
was the last motion picture that Steve Jobs was part of. So.
Oh sure.
Yep.
It's a fantastic. It's arguably one of the best.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, then Dragon Ball Z, I guess those have been some, but they got like new ones. They got new rounds of Garbage Pail Kids, and Garbage Pail Kids are also licensing almost everything, so you can get a Garbage Pail Kid Sonic pack. You know, like I don't know.
Atomic Atom. It was worth $100 back in 1989. I don't think it ever was.
Right, exactly. Along with the Pet Rock, right? Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, so the trading cards we got them.
That's cool. Are they available for purchase? Or
yes.
Oh, really?
I believe you can get them in packs of. I think it's like packs of 5.
So you get
for
the actual
$2.
like wax pack to go with it, or whatever they do now?
We haven't figured out the foiling. If you order them off of wikidbees.com through our merch store. I think we just kind of like jumble them up in a Go Fish pile, and then you grab 5 or 7 of them and you throw them in. But we do also like our merch table has a bunch of these like freebies that are associated with different things you buy. So you buy 2 t-shirts. I mean, sure, we'll give you some stickers and stuff, but also here's some trading cards you didn't ask for. So now you forever have our logo and 2 of our members standing or staring at you from the coffee table.
Exactly. So other bands are looking for marketing ideas, stuff like that, where they can take it home with them, because the next morning when they wake up and they can't figure out what happened last night, they can actually have something to look at.
Yeah.
And possibly even go back in and see what they was a part of the night before. Is that a good way to experience what happened the night before?
D&D miniatures for my band.
Dude,
yeah, right, exactly. And you staple them down or
yes.
whatever into your merch table and like really
little Gavins.
Well,
You're only wearing the.
If you do that, and then you find a monster, like you get the miniatures of the figures. They're
You
like,
calling
what,
Nick a
inch?
monster?
Yeah.
Okay.
You get like the 1.5 or 2 inch tall figures for each of your members. But then you actually get like the sizable monster that's, the Titan size. And then you set that up at the table, and then you have all of them fighting that. And you just put a sign next to it that says like, this band fights fascism or whatever. You can put whatever. And then each night you can dress whatever you want up as whatever you want. And it's all visually appealing. So, yeah. Yeah, there's.
Can you imagine rolling for initiative on like a break?
Take a set break. You got to roll 11 or higher.
I think we're on to something here.
So yeah, Wicked Bees have been good. We've been doing all that. We've also been writing a lot of new tunes. Dan's got 2 or 3 tunes. I've kind of been like pulling some resources from previous either unreleased like Low Speed Chase stuff or pulling from that. But there's also like some COVID stuff. Wicked Bees took a hiatus a year before COVID or 2 years before COVID, and then came back after. So like we kind of hit the mellow spot of like taking a break, because then everybody was forced to anyway.
Yep.
And then right after, it was kind of like, all right, you guys want to pick this back up again? Yeah, sure. And it seemed like we were kind of picking it up again. Pick it up with everybody else at the same shout out. And so yeah, it's been like some stuff has just been sitting in the woodwork as far as song material goes, and now that we have all these new players, we have new drummers. At this point, we have 3 drummers that we kind of cycle through. Our original Andrew Ochoa is always going to kind of be like our first call on some of the bigger gigs, but we're also respecting his free time that he wants to take now. I mean, he's been going pretty nonstop for like 13 years, just playing Weekend Warrior, you know, and
Yeah.
and at some point he wants to fly his planes, and I
Shout out to you, Andrew. Yeah.
shout out, yeah. So I hope he's been doing good. And then so we got a couple new drummers in the mix, and that's been kind of good, catching them up and getting them in the groove of things. And now we're focusing on writing some new stuff and bringing in other stuff. So I think last I looked into our Google Drive, let me take a peek here. I want to say we have shelved about another EP worth, maybe even let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Grinding and developing. Yeah, it's an ongoing process.
6, 7. Yeah, we have 7 or 8 songs that are kind of up on a chopping block right now.
Nice. You got options.
And we're just always, every time we do this, we get into the realm of like, do we want to do a full album then? And then when we talk about doing 10, it's like, well, what if instead of cramming 10, we just polish 5 and then we do 5, and 5-song EPs really
Makes
seem
sense.
to work for our.
But you release
our
one at a
stuff.
time, don't you? Or do you release the entire EP at one
No,
shot?
just the EP all at once. Sometimes
Okay.
we'll tease. We'll pop up like a minute's worth of it and then pop it into like
there
a
you
post.
go.
Yeah. But then that way we can release like a minute's worth and get a little bit of hype going for it, but also then when it's released, it's like, oh yeah, I do know some of the words to these. So, you know.
Pretty smart.
And it makes you think about where we interjected whatever piece you're listening to as well. It's like, where's that part? Where's
It's on
the
TikTok,
part?
that's where
Where's
it's
the part where he throws the saxophone? Find out it's like the last 10 seconds of the last song. Yeah. So I don't. We're kind of always like think tanking stuff on the back end, but
That's
it's
a lot of this is marketing. Yeah.
yeah.
Just,
It's and we're trying
how
to
do you engage the audience? Yeah.
it's audience engagement, but also just like doing it in ways we find to be entertaining too.
Precisely.
Yeah, like we could sit there
Precisely.
and do the whole. For a while, like we had our buddy, our previous trombone player, Jake Lynch. He lives in Portland now. He's doing all sorts of cool stuff out there. He's playing bass in like a shoegazy Atmos grungy band. So shout out Jake Lynch.
Shout out.
Yeah, crazy Jake.
Oh yeah.
And
Jake as a Discord. I don't understand how he got that.
that's true. Yeah, he just has Jake for Discord. Yeah, so he was like, he worked at Paracord Planet here in Fargo, and they do paracord assembly. But he was like their marketing whiz, and he would have all this downtime at work doing marketing. So he'd be like, now that I've finished all of Paracord Planet's marketing, Wicked Bees, click over. We're just going to do all of the socials for Wicked Bees. And he handled a lot of our stuff. He was on top of it. He could really do the whole, like, Billie Eilish stubs her toe and becomes a meme. He's right on it, doing it. I don't, oh man, I hate social media. I'm on it every day, but I can't.
It's something you can't ignore. But
He had this whole system down where I think it was called Hootsuite was the website. I gotta look into it again, but it's one of those websites where you make one post and then it just like splits it out into all of your associated URLs attached to the post.
Hootsuite?
Hootsuite, like
Hoot.
owl, Like
okay.
Hootsuite.
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 Gotcha.
Sweet.
And yeah, I think that's what it was. I just don't remember if
Some
we
free
like.
advertising for you.
Yeah, not sponsored, but thank you.
Yes.
Cool name.
And
Yes.
I think I don't know if they charged us or if we had to pay an annual or a monthly or what. But I mean, when he moved to Portland, kind of all that like brain power went with him. So I'm not on a daily basis switching over to my band stuff to post. I should be, but I'm not.
It is what it is.
So, but
It takes
so,
time.
So
It
if
really
that's
does.
if that's not necessarily how we're gonna do it, what we do is we make bucket hats with a cricket, and we print the logos all over our bucket hats, and then we give that to people. And now it's kind of in that weird retrograde where people get a bucket hat even if it has 2 logos on the back or like whatever. They're like, oh, I got a bucket hat. I'm just going to keep this somewhere in my house. I'll never lose it because it's the only bucket hat I have. I might need it. Yeah. Exactly. I'm thinking we should start bringing back those like super small, slick little like sunglasses.
I freaking love those back in the 80s. You could
yeah.
never find them back then because you didn't have the internet. So you had
Right.
to actually like stumble across them.
Get the goofy visors. I should, or get the
It's like
single.
The smaller they were, the cooler you were.
Yeah. So get those, or like the little visor, the single visor wrap. Oh man, this is good. Maybe we should make those and do Wicked Bees. I can't
inside.
give out all of our cool merch ideas, but I can list a few.
It's beautiful. It's just how creative you guys are with that. It's awesome.
Let's see, is it in that? It's not. It would be in.
Isn't this fun, Gavin?
Oh, it's
I was
very
not
fun.
expecting to talk marketing stuff at all. We're just down this rabbit hole.
All right, so we have a whole like 3-page here. Okay, so stickers, pins, shirts, CDs, stuff like that.
Yep.
Fanny packs, tank tops, koozies. I have some t-shirt concepts listed out.
The standard stuff, yes, that you just need.
And then beanies and trucker hats. Trucker hats are always kind of a cool idea. The nice breathable back mesh,
Yeah.
Hacky sacks.
Hacky sacks. Is that coming back again?
I think even if it's still only
Hippies coming back
appeals-
with the hacky sack. You used to always play hacky sack in the 90s. Always.
Right. And that's kind of where I'm thinking, like, it'll still at least appeal to a niche market. Because we always have those people who come up and they say, oh my God, are those freaking hacky sacks? And you say, you bet your ass they are. And they're like, how much? And you say, only 8 balls for that.
I don't know if my knee can work that way anymore, though.
It doesn't matter.
You're not gonna
I mean,
actually
hate
play.
to be that guy, but after they test it out and they're like, yeah, I'll take it, and they walk away, it's like, all right, Godspeed, my man. Whether or not you're going to play that later or tomorrow or whatever, like, that's up to you, but I'm glad you've got one. So the trick is to do small orders, not like too small that you run out right away. But some people go out there, and we've made the mistake too of like, all right, we have $1,000 in the budget for t-shirts. We have 2 t-shirt designs. They're not many colors. It's like one black and white and the other one's gray and purple. Okay. How much can that get us? Oh, wow, that sounds great. You show up to the gig and you're like, I got 800 t-shirts, you guys. And they're all of different sizes and it's all the same amount of each sizes. And then you find out quickly that you live in the Midwest, or in some other bands' cases, you live on the coast, where you live. In our case, it's the Midwest. So like,
Which ones do you run out of first?
we still have smalls from our first Ska Skank run.
Same.
So, like, if you live in the Midwest and you're a band, order like 4 times the amount of X to triple X you think you need.
See, my thing has been
And you'll-
mediums.
mediums are good,
gone like that.
Mediums are a
and
good
then,
grab and go type, but we still like we knew our market when we started as the Ska Skank Redemption, and the analytics showed us our market too. But it's very common amongst 17 to 42-year-old, 45-year-old males, ska music that is. So like, it makes sense that all of our larges and extra larges and triple XLs went away super fast.
It makes sense. Just, I didn't expect the mediums just for like ours just went out like waters, like mediums gone. And
Yeah.
then it's like, well, we'll take the large, and then all of a sudden it's like that's too big,
Yeah.
or then the smalls are too small, so they just sit there.
Yeah.
So
You got to find a good medium. Blue cotton, Gildan. Gildan makes a good cut.
there you go.
But yeah. So yeah, hacky sacks, sweatbands, like headband and wristbands, tank tops, rolling papers, bottle openers,
Papers.
koozies, pet shirts.
Did the bottle openers? Still got a bunch of those.
Yeah. Do some pet shirts.
Pet shirts.
Yeah, why not? Why not? We have a cricket. You can just buy regular white ones and then run them through the bzzz and they get
Yeah,
printed.
you
and-
do have a thing there. So I used to have a 6 ink printing press that I don't want to
Rip.
talk about it,
Rip.
but it was cool and a curse at the same time. We'll just say that.
my I think my best I think Sammy and I were talking about it. She might have came up with it, but I remember wanting to do something like it for a long time, so it's hard to say who's to credit for the idea. But Wicked Bee tech decks.
Tech
That'd be
decks.
cool.
Yeah.
Skateboards.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
How do you find a good tech deck? I guess if we could probably go online and find
Timu.
quality. Yeah, there we go. But I'd like the ideal would be we just get the white painted board, and then
Alibaba.
we would paint it ourselves. But
Alibaba, yeah. It's
I
another
guess
place.
I don't know. There's
But
got to be a
then-
place.
Yeah, we won't get into that.
Yeah.
No one's gonna use it. It's just-
Well, I
I'm thinking of
was thinking more
maybe-
logistics.
Thinking of maybe taking all 3 EPs and putting them on one.
Why don't you just do a greatest hits?
That's what I mean. Is like
There we go.
is doing a single vinyl that has all 15 songs on it and calling it Beeswax.
Oh, on a vinyl?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would be so cool. It was like a yellow disc.
Yeah, yeah. Have or like black with yellow stripings.
Oh, there you
within
go.
it or
Even
something,
cooler yet.
Some
Yeah.
type of design, or having it as like piss yellow, transparent. You can see right through it. I don't
Wall
know.
hangers, oh, they'd be awesome.
There's something to it. But yeah, so we got some like pretty neat stuff coming up. The rest is just a bunch of like detailed what each shirt should look like and all that. But yeah,
There again, kids, marketing. It's I don't know. I think it's fun.
I'm not sure how well the camera can see or zoom in on anything, but I mean,
Well,
there's an example of what a trading. I'll even just hold it in case there's a post.
can you
some
get
type
that,
of
Nick?
Zoom in or something.
I zoomed.
The voice of God.
Do you see that?
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. Well, that's what the trading cards look like.
See, that's beautiful.
I
Clyde.
dig it.
My special move. Okay, band
I gotta
rolls,
go on there and get
sound
some.
guru. Special is rock and steady. Those affected encouraged to dance. Let me pull up a random other one. Ryan trombone, band rolls, volume expert, Ochoa whisperer. He apparently has calmed down our drummer a few times. Special is bone blaster, no pa, no problem. His number 6H. Yeah, so he's got a pimp chalice that says badass, and it's like hanging in the crook of his bone extension. So. Man, that sounded wild.
The show is awesome. That's why.
Bone extension.
Yeah.
There you go.
So if you want to ever hear us talk about bone extensions and like fiddling around and yeah,
Aw.
then come out to a Wicked Bees gig. Yeah, other than so that's been like the personal play stuff. We are getting ready for a Halloween.
I was gonna say he just came in from a B-52's rehearsal, so
Yep.
we have to explain what's going on here.
So
I don't even know.
every year at the aquarium, we have a show that's available for you to go, and it's a cover show where every band does like a band, right? God, what some of my favorite ones and most notables were Joy Division, that one was great. I saw a band from the cities called the Products, who are fantastic. Shout out Products. They did Talking Heads.
Oh, well,
and
interesting.
I don't think I've lost my mind ever harder in the aquarium than at that show. Because they did like the obvious ones, but a lot of deep cuts too. In the deep cuts, I was like, "Who is it? Do boo do boom bum." I was losing it. So this year, Sammy, my fiance, soon to be wife. Oh yeah!
Congratulations!
Thank you. Getting married on the 15th of December. It's gonna be good. We
settle down, Nick.
we always talked about wanting to do the B-52s at like the Jade Presents 90s 2000s rock, but I mean, you know, the nature of the show is not. It doesn't apply for the B-52s to play. So, but we've always talked about doing it, and so the aquarium cover show was what came up. And it's always Halloween night upstairs at the aquarium above Dempsey's. And I think there's Black Flag, B-52s. Oh, God, they're going to kill me. I can't even. Not Parkway Drive. It'll come to me. It'll come to me.
The aquarium site on Facebook, I'm sure, has got posters.
Yeah, and so it's got all that going, and we're doing B-52s with members of a band called Sanga.
Sanga.
They were around for quite a while.
Okay.
In this area, I think now they don't necessarily. Sangha does still play. They kind of go through different iterations of members every now and then, but it's the drummer Zach and the guitar player Mitch from Sangha, who are playing with us, and so we just came back from that rehearsal, and it's a lot going on in those tunes.
Oh, I bet.
For that, I'm going to be playing bass. And also, I have a Korg Mini Logue that I'll be doing some synth stuff on. And then I'll also have my Novation Launch Key 64 set up into my Pro Tools DAW, which is going to run all my VSTs. So that's going to be my horns, my strings, a bunch of my leads. I got like a Continental / like a Hammond patch in there, and I'm just gonna be and doing all that while also singing all of the nonsense that they talk about in these songs. So it's been a mental stretch for sure.
You can do it. Anyone can do it. Clyde can do it. Yes.
We started having. It was our first rehearsal together as a group today, and we know what we got to work on for the next few days until the next rehearsal, and we know what we're already like kind of sitting comfortably with and don't need to spend so much time on, which is awesome.
When is this show going to be?
Halloween night.
Yeah, so basically we're going to be right below you in Dempsey's with Pirate on Cassette.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are going to be upstairs.
Yeah.
All right, there's cross-pollination going right here, so you have to come down, say hi to us,
That's
and then go on up and say hi to them.
Come watch us both, and watch all of us get super sweaty for like unreasonable amounts of notes. Yeah, exactly.
That would make it fun.
But it's been good. We're doing some of the hits that everyone would expect the B-52s to play at a show that is 40 minutes long, and then a bunch of tunes that we really wanted to play. So
that's gonna be a crazy night.
So people are.
Now
gonna
I'm more
have
excited.
Yeah.
Way more excited.
So that's been cool. And then, as I said, getting married, gonna be in Vegas. Don't want to necessarily disclose where, because I don't want all of you guys asking me to show up, because they don't want that many people there. The venue's pretty. They're pretty adamant on being quick and only having 20 people there, 25 people there.
That's fair enough.
That's
for you guys. That's not for the rest of us. Yeah.
But we are planning to, when we come back, probably after New Year's, to have like some type of Fargo reception or party or get together or whatever. So.
Open bar. Oh.
Exactly. Yeah. Open bar at Dempsey's. You're all paying. So yeah.
With your paid admission.
So
just $1,000. Yep.
Just been working a lot for that. Yeah, and it's. I don't know. I've been working a lot more Jade shows through Purple Hat Productions.
Shout out to Hab. We gotta get
Shout
Sean
out
back
Hab.
in here.
Yeah. Come
That'd
see
be
what
fun.
show him the room so he can look around and be like, oh, so this is where it is.
Exactly.
Like, this is it. That's the water. So yeah, no, I've been doing a lot of work with Hat, and it's good to be busy getting back into work with him. Been doing a lot of work with Sanctuary as well. They've been great, and they've gotten some upgrades to their gear and systems as well, so that's been cool. What else? I suppose been doing a lot more freelance. Been open up time. Oh, I did, for those who keep asking, who may or may not know, I took a step down from the aquarium's management position as tech lead. Adam Lavas is now there, and he's crushing it. Left in capable hands. I needed to free up some more of my own scheduling to be able to go do different shows as opposed to being stuck in like a karaoke situation I can't leave town on the off chance I get a call to maybe come in for anywhere between 20 minutes to 5-hour shift. It's like I gotta.
Yeah, life is growth. And
yeah.
Things move.
Yeah.
I wish it was static. It's just not.
Yeah, and I mean I'm still there. I'm still doing gigs. They put me on, and I'm working and keeping busy. But it seems like every other show, people are like, "I thought you quit. Thought you're no longer here. And why are you still here?" And I'm like, because I still need to get paid. I still need to get paid for some of these Tuesdays. Yeah, but it's. So it's been good. I think this year's been like a gradual shift in not like a transition in life, but just like shift in priority and focus, and it's been so refreshing.
It's absolutely fine. So with that being said, does it feel like that the downtown scene is starting to like grow back up to what it used to be, or did it not ever decline at all?
Oh God!
To me, it felt like it kind of deflated.
Yeah,
little bit
I think there's still. I think the college scene before COVID, it was so talked about, like where do you go, what bars have this, who's got the knock that you can get in to get the cool things, like go to this bar and say this and they'll give you like double shots for free or whatever. I think when COVID kind of put a halt on some of the bar industry and stuff, we also had those. Some of those people graduated and moved on to different things. And so now I think post-COVID, because that was, God, how was that 2 years?
Post-COVID?
How long was COVID?
Well,
20 months, 22 months?
Yeah, so technically around 2 years. Yeah, so 22.
Right. And then and then like maybe the couple of months leading up to COVID, if you count that as the like people were, watching the news, and before the shutdown, there was some lead up, and then there was the shutdown, and then we had afterwards. And I think
I know exactly who to blame for this too, but I'll tell Clyde about it
afterwards. And I think with that like all those people who graduated college within those degrees, they're not then going out and seeing or meeting new people or having the drive to be social in those aspects. And then the freshmen coming in have kind of the same thing for the different reasons of like, where do I go to drink? What should I go do? And that almost resurged most of what Fort Knox, like that place is blown up. I was working Save Me CJ there a few weeks back, and I was flabbergasted how I never thought outside could be a fire hazard until I saw how many people were crammed into that little like cattle stall that is that driveway. And like it's a great place, I love it, but try taking a piss in that. They have like one bathroom, and everybody has to go at the same time. So
like played a Halloween there years ago. I think it was like right after COVID. think it was a private party though, so we didn't have the same problem, but it was still packed in there. It was really interesting.
Right, and that's just to say, like, sometimes some of the venues are more or less equipped depending on where you're at or whatever venue experience you're having. But the idea being that I think pre-COVID, the Dempsey's and Aquarium, the bar I work at specifically, it was, I remember having sold out shows more often. Yep. And I remember having some that may, like, you know, you sell out and then 20 people leave on the party bus. Well, now you have room for 20 people to come back in. So technically oversold show could be a phrase used. Once you sell out and people leave and you have capacity, you could technically then buy the ticket, or unless you run out of space on the ticket, but like capacity wise, you let people back in. So that prior to COVID, I remember seeing more often like, yeah, dude, we sold out tonight, or yeah, it was really close to sold. Whereas now you pick up the same kind of event, or maybe even some of the same bands and or the same performers on the same night, Friday night leading up to Thanksgiving or the week before finals or spring break. And it's like, damn, where are all the people? And you try to think of any excuse in the summer, it's, well, the lakes. They're at the lakes. Yep. They're just at the lakes. It's nobody's here because they're at the lakes. Nobody's here. It's fine. Yeah, they're at the lakes. Everybody in Fargo is all at the lakes. All of your friends are not at home. They're at the lakes. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I'm kind of... I see that, and then in the wintertime, it's like, okay, yeah, it's a blizzard out. There's nobody here because it's a you know, you got to be safe. Stay home. Don't come out. It's a blizzard. Then there's other nights I'm like, it's Friday before spring break, and the weather is immaculate. Where is everybody? And they're like, Fort Knox is having a place, and Empire, and this and that. So ultimately, what I'm getting at is I think all of the people who used to go to shows were at the shows because they knew they could drink at the shows or hang out at Dempsey's and know there was a band there. Now you have a bunch of younger kids who have come through, and they're trying to figure out which bars have anything going on. And the few things that do have some stuff going on, you get like a freshman group of 4 or 5 walk in. They'll peek their head down the door. They'll see someone's playing like Mustang Sally, and they'll see that not anybody else is there at 7:30 because it's not 9 o'clock yet. Yep. And then they'll be like, "Well, I'm not staying," and then they'll leave. And I think it's just a lot of like, you got to see the interesting thing to be interested in going to it, and everybody else is just not interested long enough to see what the interesting thing is yet, you know?
So it's still a numbers game, just pulling them back in. Okay.
It's so I think it did deflate, and I think it's still like trying to find its way back there.
Back again,
but I don't know what huge thing is gonna happen that's really gonna help emphasize that. Cause
Gavin is right here.
That's right.
Oh, the Gen Z savior.
Oh, well, because I'm always just kind of thinking. I got about 10 minutes or so. Because I'm always just kind of thinking. Like maybe something like a pub crawl, like, you know, St. Patty's stuff. Maybe that will lure people back into the like, yeah, this is a venue, not a bar that has some bands, but like this is a venue. But then you remember, well, St. Patty's Day is a pub crawl or like a
Don't
fest.
They do that anymore?
Like a
zombie crawl and all that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know the last time I've heard or seen zombie crawl show up in my feed.
As we like got something to do, Gavin.
Yep. So
zombie crawl's got to come back.
Yeah, and I just
I'll get the SpongeBob costume.
I think there's got to be like a. I think there's got to be like a. I don't know, like some type of, God, dare I say free show, but even then people like. We'll still find reason to fold the dishes, you know? Sorry, I can't make it, man. I got to put stuff on my roof. It's like, what stuff? Oh, just literally anything else.
That was my favorite one this year. Is I'm helping someone tear down a porch. And I was like, at 9 on a Friday?
Yeah, okay. right. And even if it's like you can't be doing that all night. Well, I mean, maybe they could, you know? Maybe they could. Yeah, I think it's a numbers game, but it's also like it's so hard to retain.
It's got to reinvigorate the people that are coming out now.
People used to come out just to go out and have fun and dance and do that. Now I think people go out just exclusively to drink, and they're happy enough to be entertained in the process. Yeah.
I just wonder, it's like, it's basically having those freshmen being able to pass on the traditions down to the freshmen, the seniors, I should say. Did I say freshmen?
Yeah.
Seniors pass it down to the freshmen, and then all of a sudden that was cut away, so now the freshmen have to figure out what the new fun things are to do. And if they haven't done anything, because there's no real shared experiences anymore. It's just like you and your father, that's a shared experience. That's why you like all that grunge music and everything else. Where me, Mickey Gilly and everything else from, the boomer generation, we didn't give a crap about. So what, it's like, yeah, exactly. Thanks, Nick. The voice of a deity. But yeah, so that shared experience again. And then you're talking about, like, if Mustang Sally's being played, you're like, are you going to walk in on that one? It's like, hey, cool.
Yeah, I get
but I can understand that, and like Brown Eye Girl or something's getting played in the background, because that's kind of one of the standards.
It's like, it's an interesting thing in 2025, because, like, the crowds that are coming through now, it is kind of a generational thing, to where, like, you got to appeal to the crowd who is bar crowd. But nowadays, what does even, like, bar standard stand for? Like, Mustang Sally, Brown Eyed Girl, and, like, insert standard here.
Boomers and older exes.
Yeah, and it's just, okay, so you learn those tunes as a bar band, because then you can play, it's like safe bar tunes. But then when you start expanding into, like, other new age safe bar tunes, like, I've heard Pink Pony Club more than I think
Pink Pony Club. Oh,
and
my
it's
God.
never, I didn't necessarily care for the original Chapel Roan version, and I certainly don't care for people who are trying to emulate it. It's we
don't want to talk about this, Nick.
I think the song itself, like, there's millions of other songs out there in the world, and people are picking some of these ones because they're popular. But we shouldn't make Pink Pony like a bar standard. And I feel like it's really close to becoming a bar standard.
How long's that thing been around? They were mocking me last year because I didn't know the intro and everything else. I just know the Pink Pony Club part, and that was just vague.
I still know "Shake It Off" by Taylor Swift.
Well, that thing's, it's be close to 20 years old by now.
For that whole year, though, it was a bar standard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
so I remember about my first years of teaching
I think it was
music, band, and they wanted us to
years.
play "Shake It Off," and it was old at that point. I was just like,
yeah.
you guys still play that?
I think that was maybe one of the earlier tunes we did, because we used to mix, I think it was "Shake It Off" into Megan Trainor, All About That Bass.
All about that bass.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'm not
Yeah.
saying.
but point being is I think so there's the appeal, like, of, okay, so you play Brown Eyed Girl to appease the older group, and then you play Pink Pony Club right after to appease the younger group, but at the same time you're alienating both separate groups, because the younger group doesn't care about Brown Eyed Girl and the older group doesn't care about Pink Pony Club.
So that's a great question. It's like the demographic downtown. What do you see? Do you see that large of a space in the demographic?
I don't see, the gap is for sure there. The youngest people I see are 21s who have never drank before, and then the oldest being like a regular that I can think of that's there often, especially on like Friday nights. But the similarities between the two is that neither of them are like entertained. They're happy. There's happy.
That's the problem.
They're happy. There's a band there. They're cool. They're up there watching the band play, but they're also doing
animals,
the like, they're giving you the dues, and they're saying woo, and all that. But like neither of them are getting out of their seats to start dancing. And I feel like when we were learning CeeLo Green's like "Fuck You," it was like The minute you start with the do 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 do, people immediately just shuffle from the pickled parrot back to get on the dance floor and say, "I see you drive round town," and their hands up, whoa, just screaming their way into the bit, and it's, I don't know, I think I don't know if it's the same everywhere else in the country, but I think Fargo specifically has gotten way too scared to have fun at a show.
I think you're right.
Yes.
Just they're going out to get drunk
get into my thing
and
on that
might
one.
dance with the band. Whereas when I first started working there, it was like, man, these people came here to see a band and they just happened to be drinking. Now they're like, I'm getting drunk and there happens to be a band.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Interesting.
Maybe that's my challenge for everybody in Fargo this month is to pick one night where you guys go out just for a band. Maybe have one drink, limit yourself to 2, but don't drink the whole night and just and then it's a hot take, I know. And then just like have fun with it. Just
Here's my thing for the diabetics out there. Red Bull is not good for you. I
No.
figured this out last night.
no.
Oh god.
It was a great gesture.
Yeah.
And then I downed the whole thing and then realized that I started reading the label. Then I showed Nick and Nick's like, "Are you going to be okay?"
29 grams of sugar.
You look over at your sheet and it says 12 bars, 12 bars, 12, 36, what? Everything gets blurry.
I was fine.
Yeah,
Made it through.
that's good.
That was crazy. I was not expecting that. It was just like everything else. Like you see all the, that's a whole different subject. It's boring. So let's not talk about that. So in the future, the great idea of going out and checking out other bands and seeing like what's actually happening, what's picking up on the scene and all that, taking notes, and then being able to, what's that, scaffolding on top of that. You find one room and then you scaffold on top of that.
Yeah.
But I'm getting technical now. But future-wise, AI's coming in.
Oh, God.
You knew I was coming with that there, Nick.
Oh, God.
No, God, there it is. It's like AI's coming in. It's really being a thing. And we had a great discussion with Gina Powers about it.
Oh, yeah.
And how she
Shout out,
uses
Gina.
it and all that. And it's ideas that I've had, but she actually does it. So
Sure.
it's like, do you guys ever play with that, especially with the marketing stuff, or just song
AI?
ideas, or you just try to ignore what's all together?
We haven't. No, we haven't needed to use AI for anything. I want to say maybe. Okay, so the most that any of the bees or any of our groups or anything have used AI for was when we were releasing the EP, the Knees EP. We did ask ChatGPT, and by we I mean Dan.
Shout out, Dan.
I'd throw him under the bus on that one. He asked like,
He's a
what
school teacher.
what is a good way to set up a album release event? And yeah, and it was kind of funny because like sure, ChatGPT did the thing by giving us the organization and the outline of it, but it also gave us all the answers of stuff we had already planned. It was like, make sure you have a PA. Make sure you have
Seriously?
the CD that will, or the media to be performed or released. Consider performing a few songs from the upcoming. He had this whole outline, and the whole time we were like, wow, that's a 9-step process to say, yeah, put on a show. And we're like, we're already doing that. So
That's a shout
so
out
we
to my
have
boy.
we have used AI with a pretty mixed outcome. Because it didn't help us, but
Yeah.
it could help someone.
That was a shout out to my boy. I had a discussion with him when I came back from church about the AI stuff, and he's just like, it's just gonna blow up on itself. Nothing's cool has happened with it for months, and it's just, it's like the next .com bubble. That's That's the idea we came up with. So I'm just putting it down on record that.
I just want a picture of a goddamn
Nice.
Where do you find these, Nick?
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT. There you go.
I think I'm in the boat of. I think it's a great tool to use. I think
Make sure that you play some songs that you have on the album.
But I think there's a lot of people who don't understand how to use their tools.
That could be possibly it.
You give someone a hammer and you can ask them, you say, use this, and you're probably going to get more than one result from who's using what, how. Someone might build a house with it. Someone might not build a house with it. You know? So with AI, I've seen one of my friends, I believe it's Donovan Schmidt. Hedonist is what his performance goes by. He has been doing nothing but like perfecting his AI workflow. And he's a visual content creator and like mad scientist. He likes to do projection and visual real-time synthesis type stuff. So he has like a whole synth wall set up just for a CRTV. And he'll hit play on the CRTV and then oscillate and warp and do all sorts of stuff to it and edit. So like all of his projections are just wild before AI came out. Now AI's out and he's like, guys, check this out. I just did this filter and it's like Egyptian. It's as if you took way too much DMT all at once and then decided to take mushrooms. Yeah, like Egyptian Sphinx kind of spinning and kaleidoscoping into Martian pyramid, into spaceship, into Ronald Reagan, into
it is a time machine.
and when you're looking at it, you're like, wow, AI is really dumb, but there's also like clear kind of building blocks that some artists or people use them as tools with to be able to do them. Like, first, wavy background. Great. Now you have a wavy background. Build on top of that. Build stick man walking dog on on top of wavy background. So it's like he's using AI to build layers the same way people do in Photoshop, and then he overlaps or builds in sequences in visual ways that are less like this is just AI. It's like, well, it's a person using AI. So I also agree. I think it's going to kind of die out.
Yeah, there's just too much of it. Too many companies coming out. It'll be like Amazon in the end.
Well, and even certain companies, like multi-billion-dollar companies, are now even trying to hire back people to like quality check that kind of stuff. It's like, just hire an artist.
Right.
Why are you AI arting and then paying someone to check the AI art if you could just hire the artist to do the art?
True enough.
You fire your whole marketing team just because they can't make a logo you like, and then when the AI does it, you're like, this logo looks like shit. You know, like we gotta fix it somehow. Hire some people back. So I think there is going to be a bubble that bursts, and I think what it's going to come down to with the idea of the tool aspect of it is that like some people are going to get so fed up with not knowing how to use the tool that they're just going to stop using it. And then other people are going to take it the next 30 steps and being like, look at this really cool house I built using just a single AI server and a 3D printer. You know, like this whole house is
about it, but yeah,
it's made out of hempcrete that I was able to, you know, totally synthesize on my network that I self-run with the AI running itself. You know, like, I don't know. There's something to it. Skynet for sure.
It's a true thing.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's our future. We're not getting out of it, so
gotta embrace it.
What do you think, Gavin?
This is not music related or anything we've been talking about related.
We sort of curveball.
But you got a sweet beard.
Thanks.
How long have you been growing it?
This beard has been a work in progress. Let's see. I did No Shave November. It must have been 2016, 2017. Okay. And then December and January, February, mustache, March.
He sounds like excuses to me.
Anti-shave April.
That was me this summer. I just got lazy. I'm like, I'm gonna see what happens. I just want to shave it all.
May not shave.
May not shave.
May not. I like that.
Just Harry June.
That's cool.
Yeah, so but I used
to
to just have like the mustache, right?
Yeah,
the villain stash and the goatee.
Yeah.
Or this soul patch. But then I remember I was at Malarkey's in, I think it's Wausau. It's either Wausau or Madison, Wisconsin, but a pub called Malarkey's Pub. And I remember I was outside having a cigarette, and this like older lady came up and she's like, "Hey, you guys are doing great tonight. Really love your style and doing all that. Oh, you got a cool hat." Because when I don't have my hair so long, I'm always wearing like different, newsy hats and stuff like that. And she grabbed up my mustache and started twirling it, and she was like, "Is it okay if I grab your mustache?" And I said, "Well, you already are, so it's gonna have to be." And she's like, "Oh, that's so funny. I love the mustache. It's got the curls and stuff." And after that, I was like, "All right, I think I'm gonna grow a beard." So I started growing a beard, and now nobody does that to me, and it's awesome.
Lady in Wisconsin.
In fact, some people tell me to leave, and then it's a really good flex when I say I'm supposed to be here. I'm actually running this event. Yeah. I mean, what is it? What do they call them? I may look unhoused, but I promise I'm not.
I dig it.
All right, it's been about an hour and 10 minutes.
An hour and 10 minutes. Oh my gosh, this is awesome.
It's 16:45 where we're from. So, yeah, I should.
And you got a hard out, so.
Yeah, I gotta start rolling on to do dinner plates with the wife.
Dinner plates with the wife.
Yep.
Sir.
Yep.
We all know how
going
that
into
goes.
The fireplace. Some people call it the stove.
Yeah. Make sure you hug and love your people.
There you go. And your cats.
And your cats and your dogs and your fish and your guinea pig and whatever else you have hanging on your wall. Call your friends. Yep. Make sure you listen to rave music, wear bucket hats. Check out wickedbees.com, where we have our store and merch. And keep an eye out for all of the wacky shenanigans that we have in store for Christmas, New Year's, and I don't know, Valentine's Day, whatever else is down the line, Memorial Day, Indigenous People Day. Happy next Monday.
There you go. Anything got out there, Gavin?
I got nothing.
Nothing. Day of Bliss coming out soon?
Yeah, we're working on it
very soon. So. I got some ideas I want to talk to you about after this too, as well. Before you go, I want to talk to you about it as well, just to see if I'm just being nutty or not. But we won't do it on camera. Spare you guys from the boringness. But we got Pirate on Cassette's going to be at Rick's in a couple of weeks here. Yeah, we got a call from Spike, exactly. So two-nighter Rick's on, I think it's the 16th and 17th of October, and then on Halloween night, we're going to be right below these guys at Dempsey's, and they're going to be upstairs doing, what do you call that show again?
I think it's just Halloween cover show.
Halloween cover shows. It's so generic, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Right above it, the aquarium and all that, so this would be awesome. So remember, if your guitar player, bass player, or drummer has more charisma than your front man, your band may be in trouble. But that's why my band's doing just fine. So until next time,
peace.